Welcome back to the Lock In podcast. This is our second time of recording, just because our first session completely crashed after about 5 minutes, so we didn't get too far. But my name is Joel, and my co-host, please introduce yourself.
I'm Sean. That's it. I did a good one the first time.
Yeah.
Your computer didn't like it, obviously. So
I would say the I'm Sean while I'm literally taking a sip of beer and had no time to respond to that. I was like, perfect. All right, that's it. Well, that's how we start. Welcome back. It has been over 3 years since our last podcast, which was insane. Me and Sean both thought it would actually be a really fun idea to bring it back, sit down with each other, and do a podcast like we did for our first couple before COVID hit, which we were super excited about. We'd planned for a month or so, Sean.
it was pretty much it was in about November, like towards mid-November, and you was like, it was in a pub. You just kind of scooched over me like, do you wanna do the podcast again? I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I do, baby.
And I was all set up. I'd had the house ready. Beers at the ready. We've got a few beers here. I think you were just having a Japanese whiskey as well, weren't you?
I was having a Japanese whiskey. I've moved on to a San McGiggly.
Ah, fantastic. And but yeah, all set up. And today I tested positive for COVID. Saying to Sean, hey, probably best you don't come over, mate. Want to keep your friends and family sorted. So the way we ended back in the day in 2020 of November, when COVID had hit again, we start again in 2023, December 28th.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. Mate, I can't believe
Apart
it.
from the
It's
fact that-
genuinely insane.
Apart from the fact that we're doing this because the world is broken. But
Well, we started just before, didn't we? Like originally we made it and we were totally fine. Like we'd mentioned COVID was on like a couple of cruises in Australia and China.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, I'm still disappointed that no cult got made on that boat. But they were stuck on that shit for so long. I was convinced they were going to come out with a new religion, and they didn't. Like I thought they were going to worship, I don't know, the captain or the captain's wife.
Yeah.
Or a rat, just something.
The Corona God. It could have been any species, any person.
You know, I was convinced that sacrifices were going to be made to the new god. Nothing happened. Some people got ill.
And yeah, quite ill.
Some people got really, really ill. No one went crazy, despite the fact that some of those cabins had no windows. I was convinced there was. I'm convinced someone's going to get some severe cabin fever, and at least The Shining, but on a boat. There's nothing. Happened.
Yeah.
Boring.
Here's Bodhi.
Yeah.
We're
His boaty.
His
boat face.
Bodhi with
boat
boat
face.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, we're both. Well, I feel totally. I thought I had a bit of a cold. That was all. You know, like I didn't really realise. My other half unfortunately got COVID, and then I tested, and there you go, COVID. It's very bad. So yeah, I must have got it on the plane flying back from somewhere, but it's so much easier now. Like I mean, even with all your injections and like COVID has become sort of the flu. I know some people get affected much more, but for me, it's basically nothing. I've had it twice now since we've had our 4 injections and felt fine. So just really.
You've had it twice.
I've had it twice. Yeah, I had it last year as well. 2020 and 2023.
Oh man, look at you getting all the COVID.
I know. The 2021 was the worst.
I went to a festival. I went to the first Ballmaster Festival, the first UK festival when COVID happened, and I still didn't get it.
Have you never had it?
I never had it.
That's insane. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought I had it like towards the end. That's why I had to take time off work, and NHS was like, "Yes, you had it," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And it turned out that I didn't. They just didn't know what the fuck was going on. They just come in, "No, just stay home."
I mean, at the time, people literally didn't know what was going on though. Like, COVID was the excuse for everything. Like,
but I had, I never had it. But I remember at the Ballmasters, there was a training thing called King of the North, which it's just, I'm not even Northern, but yeah, I am the King of the North. Primarily because the first time ever I went there, I was the only one with an income, and I said I'll buy everyone pizza on the last night. On the exception, I basically said they got to carry me. I said I'm not moving from this chair, but I buy everyone pizza. They carried me to the Domino's pizza place. I ordered the pizza. I carried it back, and people just knelt in front of me for a slice of pizza and said, "King of the North." So I gave some of them. Oh, some of my sister's pizza. I'm not giving them my pizza. It's my fucking pizza. So I guess some slices out my sister's pizza.
Wait,
that's what you
is
do.
Is this a thing that? Wait, I was so confused. Is this a thing that happens every year? Is this someone gets allocated as King of the North? Was this just something that happened?
Oh no.
Baffled.
It's just me. I'm always king. When it's Ballmaster specifically, I'm always king of the North. And what happens now is that you do a beer funnel.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do a beer funnel while kneel in front of me and to proclaim your loyalty to King of the North. I don't know why it happened that way, but that's how it started with pizza, and we moved on to beer.
This is the title you've earned over many years. Your reign, your monarchy, the title that you must be called.
Yeah, well, I think after doing festivals since you were 14, and I'm now like hitting 30, I deserve that title.
Yeah.
And generally, I should have shares in some of these festivals.
Yeah. You're basically King of the South, though. Like, why did you get King of the North? Is that a Game of Thrones reference?
Game of Thrones was on at the time. That's the only reason.
Ah, the Jon Snow lookalike that you are.
I wish just have the height at least. That'd be good.
Our little short king.
Yeah, but
you're a Tyrion.
Like, what?
You're Tyrion.
Yeah, I'm Tyrion. I drink and I know things.
Mm-hmm.
Other the fact that I know nothing.
Yeah. You know nothing. Jon Snow. See, it all leads back. It's all you, baby. It's all you. But yes,
I am the king.
I was thinking, so we may as well touch base. What have you been up to? It's been 3 years now since we've done our last podcast, which is mental again. Has much changed? Give me the lowdown. How's your last year been?
Not much. Not much has changed. I mean, I got a girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
And then that didn't work out. And then I got another one, and then that didn't work out.
Okay.
And then I got another one, and guess what happened? It didn't work out.
Oh. Damn.
So
I thought happily married and kids, but just the kids.
No.
And you broke.
No, so I grew a beard instead, so it's all good. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it. What about what's new with you, Mr. Host?
Mr. Host. I mean, crazy. Like, I work back in travel, incredible, and I travelled an insane amount this year. 2023 has been my year of, hey, let me get back on a plane, which clearly is why I probably have COVID again, travelling on Christmas Eve back from Amsterdam. But yeah, that's been my main thing of Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Portugal, Turkey, Rhodes, Menorca this year alone have just been insane. As much as I could, I'd got away. And I'm going snowboarding in the new year, and I'm just excited to be out the country as much as possible.
It's almost like you hate the UK.
No, just everything about it. Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah.
I don't hate the UK. I like the people. Like the people I like in it. That's about it.
Yes, I like the people.
The prices suck. The crime is awful.
Tubes suck. Houses cost too much. The weather sucks. But housing crisis is worse than ever. We have inflation. Yep. Amazing. What a beautiful country we have. There's a lot of great stuff, but I love traveling. I just love being away for 3 days. I get away, and it's just revitalizes you, except when you get COVID.
We're a highly patriotic podcast, as you can tell.
Oh yeah, the Queen died. That happened.
Oh yeah, the Queen did die. That was sad.
Yeah, that was. When did that happen? That must have happened after our last podcast. Was that 2021?
Yeah, it was after our last podcast. I think. Yeah. No, I think 2022, wasn't it?
Was it?
It was. I think it was on the cusp of 21 going to 22. So over the beginning.
Yeah, it was the coronation this year for Mr. Charles.
Yeah, it was this year.
Ah, I mean that's pretty sick.
King Charles. Not Mr.
Mr. Charles. Well, I know him by Mr. Charles. Obviously, we're first name.
Oh, you're the first name basis.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah. I mean, we're English. Everyone knows the King. We all have tea every other Thursday.
Absolutely. I call him Dutchy sometimes. To his face. His little sausage fingers are served on plates. It's very cute. But yeah, what is your vibe? What's your hopes for 2024? Is what I want to know.
Hopes for 2024. To be better than 2023.
Yeah.
I'm an easy man. I'm easy. No, I don't know.
That's why you have so many girlfriends.
I kind of
too easy.
I have one, two. Yeah, that's it. it'd be so basic to say I find someone that would happen when it happened. But I mean, I don't know. There's things that I want to do next year.
Mm-hmm.
I've done so many city breaks in the last 3 to 4 years. I would love to do a beach holiday, just
Oh, yeah.
chill on a beach and click my fingers and get someone to make me some. So yes, I'm privileged to make me a beer. Like, yo, wait,
To
drink
make you a
empty
beer, they must grind the hops in front of you and ferment it in the cask, a see-through cask by poolside.
all the time, all
Hmm.
the time. Yeah, I just like a beach holiday just so I can relax. Because one thing that did happen last year is I went to Japan, which was great.
Of course.
Wasn't relaxing,
Yeah. How
but
did you
was
not bring
brilliant.
that
It was
up?
I don't. I'm even drinking Japanese whiskey that I got from Japan.
Well, how was your last
yeah.
year? Yeah, it sucked. Got broken up with. Also, I went to Japan. Like, I feel like that's a big part of the year.
Actually, to be fair, I mean that is like a big part of that was my big part of personality when I came back.
It
I
was.
was literally I was that annoying like person who's travelled. I say that they go off travelling for a year. I travelled for 3 months, 3 weeks, and I
You
came
was
back.
gonna
I was
say
like,
3 months,
Japan,
if only.
3 months, if only. I come back, it's like, oh, Japan, it's so profound, and I think I just talked about the food
Mm.
about 90% of the time. I just go in like the food, so good, which
100%.
it's and not as expensive as I was thinking.
Best food you've
Um,
ever had, like worldwide.
best fish,
Best fish. Okay.
best fish without a doubt. I mean the Kobe beef was very very good, very very special. But I mean, on average, the meat is it's 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 more. I would say what's good about it is the quality of food at the price you're paying
Oh
because you
yeah.
don't have to pay a lot to eat well.
Okay. Okay. I get that.
Like that's the thing. It's. I think because there's a huge eating out culture in. I'm pretending I'm like now an expert. I've been there for 3 weeks. I'm an expert.
You
Basically,
you
I
know
basically
inside and
live
out,
there.
bro.
Boom.
Give me a Japanese phrase. I know you. I know you got it all.
Segabasen.
Oh, perfect. I don't know what that means. But
Boom.
there you go.
I think it means excuse me. I used it a lot.
If that's
Uh,
something way worse,
Pie.
it'd be much better.
Yeah, you got kampai, which is cheers. See, I'm
Compare.
basic fluent, mate. I'm basic fluent.
Absolutely. You're down with the cool kids over there now.
Yeah, yeah, sure. First time for everything, okay?
Absolutely. Made your way in.
Yeah, it's just you don't have to pay a lot for really good food. It's
Mm.
well, I say really good food. You don't. It's like in the I would say in the UK, especially if you want to eat, if you want to eat it out and you want to eat good, you gotta be willing to spend the pennies.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're gonna have. It's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be great. It's not, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be nice enough for what you're paying. But in Japan, it's the yeah. It just seems to everything seems to be better. I don't know why. Like I don't want to be that meme. Like thing in country exists. Thing in Japan. Oh my god! It's
I mean, that is you. That
Kinda-
was you when you came back.
that was it, especially yeah. It was especially the food. I will talk about that because it did make me realize that because some days at the breakfast at the places that I was staying weren't great. There were some of them who had Western choices, and it was like they didn't. It was someone who doesn't understand what Western breakfast is, kind of tempted a Western breakfast, which
Okay.
I get. They're Japanese. They wouldn't know. They just kind of yeah. They like sausages. Put some sausages out.
Mm.
Some bacon. I don't know how they like it. We'll either make it way too soggy, or burn it to death. There's no in between. There's
Yeah.
and rice and a bowl of rice because that's what you think when you rice is breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, get your carbs in.
Obviously. But so when I saw a Western breakfast, I kind of gave it a skip and went to the local Corbini, 7-Eleven
Yeah.
or Family Mart, and I would get the normie rice balls. And you know, it's in the supermarket. I'll get like a drink and like some fruit, and I think it came to total. It's not a meal deal, but it came to total translate like £2.50, and the quality of it was just so much better than an English than a Tesco meal deal. I had to do the very British thing, the
How
Tesco meal deal.
Dare you
It's
disrespect
so much better.
my salmon and
So much-
mackerel meal deal with
Yo,
crunchy nuts
it's-
and a smoothie. This is the best food you ever eat.
It's cheaper, it's healthier, and it's more filling.
Damn, fair enough. Fair enough. I love
it,
that.
it trumps it in every way. It's just better, and it did kind of when I came back, I was like, man, I spend so much money on crap food in comparison to where I've just been.
Absolutely. I think I hate that right now. I realize how much money I spend eating out in the UK. I make my lunches all the time now just because I get fuming at London prices.
You have to. It's just it's not just even sandwiches though. You want a decent sandwich. I think the only place I know that does a decent sandwich is either M&S, which will make you pay for it, Waitrose, which will definitely make you pay for it, and Pret. Yeah. Which is awkward for me because I don't like coffee. So I'm going in there and go, can I have a tea? And they just look at you like you're nuts.
A tea and a sandwich. And how much does that set you back? It's got to be like $6.50, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing is sometimes I do it as a treat to myself and I just go in there and just buy the sandwich now because I'm not paying, was it $2.50 for a cup of tea? I'm like, I don't understand. I love tea. Tea's the best drink on the planet.
Yeah.
But it is just hot leaf juice and milk.
Absolutely.
Like I don't understand how you can justify charging £2.50 for hot leaf juice and milk.
But I mean, that's what a coffee is as well, though. Coffee is just like some beans, bro. Smash up some beans.
It's just hot bean juice. It's just hot bean juice.
Whack some milk in there. That's a fiver.
I do think there is Yeah, I know. I mean, I do think there must be an art to it because the only time I like coffee is when I've been when I go to Florence and I have an espresso. And it's like it's like, damn, that's, especially when you're hungover in the morning, damn, that hits hard. And it tricks me to thinking that I like coffee everywhere. I come to England and I order a coffee somewhere, an espresso or just a latte or something, and I drink it and I go like, no, this is mud, sir. You've just gone to the flower pot, scooped up some shit and put hot water in this. This is disgusting. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I love this conversation, but it makes me feel so old, bro. Are we old now? You're basically saying we're literally complaining about the cost of tea and coffee. I know it's outrageously expensive now, but it is that point where we've gone, actually, we should, we're still young. There's so much more for us to do. Sometimes we just have to suck these sort of things up. Make coffee in your office or at home, make it in a flask.
There's so many easy ways. There's so many easy ways to do it. I mean, make coffee and tea in your office. It's the best way.
Yeah.
Just bring lunch in. There's so many easy ways and stuff to do it, but it's just annoying because it's more the case that I do like eating out.
Yeah.
At times. Like
Lucky
Friday used to be an eat out thing.
How'd you keep losing them?
That's what I want to know. Tell me. What?
That's a stinker.
True though.
Sorry, wait. I've actually just realised last time we filmed a podcast, I don't think I had a hernia.
Yeah, you dying from pain in your.
Because I've just learned back. I've got a new calendar up on my wall, and it is of me cycling Land's End to John O'Groats. And if anyone doesn't know what that is the most southern western point of the UK to the most northeastern part of the UK. It is the furthest you can possibly go, and it was just over 1,000 miles of cycling that I did in last year. I totally forgot this was something I did last year. Before our podcast, after our last episode, I had a hernia from cycling too much and running too much. Gained a ton of weight, was very unfit, and then have trained back into this sort of setting and have cycled that over 2 weeks this year, which was insane.
I mean, first off, congratulations, and thank you so much for not inviting me on that. Because
one time you're glad to not be invited.
I'm so glad I'm not invited. Especially that if you invited me when I was drunk and I said yes, and I would have brought the thing there and then, but I've done it, and then I would have done no training for it as well. I would have just got up and gone, I could do it, and then just need medical assistance within the first 2 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would have died day 2. Your legs would have got given him day 1. So day 2, never.
Do you remember the 5K run that we did? And you're like, I did a bit of training. I was like, I did nothing. I woke up, I came here, bought the clothes from a store, ate a sandwich. Now let's go for a 5K run.
Yep. And that was awesome.
That was great. I mean, I don't know how I managed to outpace you on that day.
Yeah,
That's
I
because
was
I
a
cheated. I
stinker on
didn't
my
do
side.
it.
I used to be unfit. Like after July or August this year, I was in incredible shape.
I would say you still are. You're still not in bad shape.
No, no, I haven't done any training. I haven't touched a bike since finishing my cycle. Just cycling, I've completed it. You know, don't do it again.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
I fully get that. Like you hit the highest point that you'll want to hit.
yeah,
The only thing you could do now is like do dive from the most southern point of South America to all the way to the most northern point of Canada.
wow. I mean,
Okay,
that's a different.
that's your next challenge.
That's a
your next
different world.
That's your next challenge.
Yeah, across a country, and now I'm going across two continents, two very large continents.
That's literally the only thing that's of I could really think is equivalent of.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a good length thing.
I would love to do Death Valley in, I think it's Peru in South America. I would love to cycle that. That is one of the most dangerous cycles, and it looks incredible.
It's called Death Valley. I mean, if you get it wrong, you're dead.
Yeah, just don't get it wrong.
As the name suggests. That's why would you do? Why would you want to do that?
The challenge, isn't it? That's why I did the cycle, because
Challenging.
the cycle wasn't a smart idea by any means. And the only reason I did it is my dad was like, hey, he wanted to do it for his 60th. I did this with my dad. And it literally just went, oh yeah, that sounds fine, because that's why I did Kilimanjaro. It was my dad's 50th. Like, the challenges that we do.
I must admit, that's pretty
because of
cool.
him.
I would have, jealous of that. Jealous of that, 100%.
Yeah, I would recommend anyone to do that. I mean, it does require some training, but it is, as long as you're fit and you don't get altitude sickness, it's more doable. The Land's End to John O'Groats one is far less doable for the average person. That was ridiculous. It was so incredibly hard. But towards the end, it was more like you're in the route. Like the first few days was really difficult, and then afterwards, it just sort of became like habit. Like still hard, but your body could do it. And day 11, I was like, I just want to finish. Like, get me done. Like, I was so close to the end, but it was still amazing. That the feeling of elation at the end of that, I don't think will be matched. I'm not sure if ever, but I look forward to trying to beat that. But me and my dad finishing John O'Groats, huge hug. Everyone took the photos. The group I was with was mental. Nothing. I've had nothing similar to that. Even Top of Killy wasn't close to that.
Fair enough. I have got one challenge for you that I just thought of.
Go on.
You got to row to France. I could say swim, but I mean, I feel like that's just completely and utterly cruel and unfair. But you row to France in a crappy rowing boat.
That actually sounds sick. Yeah, actually, that sounds great. I would love to do that. Actually, that sounds so much fun.
I'll follow you in a jet ski. Make sure you don't drown.
Can I kayak? Like, I think kayaking to France actually sounds great.
Not gonna lie, if you kayak, I'm down.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Was it 26 miles, isn't it?
Yeah. Someone's done that 3 times in a row or something stupid like this year. They swam all the way from the UK to France, back, and then back to France again.
I
don't know why.
I think we could swim it.
I don't want to.
Alright, fair enough.
I don't want to swim it. Kayak, down. Swimming, on your own, mate.
I would do that. I know this sounds insane. I actually would kayak to France. If you wanted to try that, I would. Like, let's give ourselves like 2 years of training. We'll do it.
1 year training.
Fine. Let's do it when you're what? Well, give me an age. Give me an age, and we do it for that year.
35.
Ah, you pussy.
I've got shit to do next year. I mean, I'm going to weddings and want to eat. I'm going to one of the weddings in Italy. I want to eat the good food.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to a triathlon next year.
If you think I'm going to Italy on a diet,
that's fair.
nah, no.
35. So I'm 34. We'll do that. I'm happy with that. Deal. I will do that to that challenge. Cheers.
I need to take it. So I need to take myself out before 35.
All right. So we've done what our predictions are for 2024. I mean, what we want. Let's have a quick think back over 2023. I want to know your favourite film, mate. We're both film buffs. Give me the information.
I'll be honest, my favourite film to watch is actually Barbie. I think that's actually the best film released this year. I know Oppenheimer is probably a better cinematic movie and everything else. I haven't seen Godzilla because I know Godzilla is meant to be fantastic, and you have seen it, and you keep telling me off when I haven't. It's gonna be, I feel like Godzilla's gonna be like another Parasite film where I say I haven't seen it, and you just tell me off for not seeing it. But
Yeah.
just watch it. Just read the subtitles, Sean. You fucking lazy bastard.
Yeah. No.
But I think Barbie is
100%.
I think Barbie's the best film this year because it's just fun. It's just
Yeah.
fun to watch.
Absolutely.
It's a good time.
I actually
Yeah, it's not serious.
think that's a great choice. I'd put that in my top 5 this year, 100%.
Yeah.
I'd probably say like 4th or 5th. I think it was incredible and so much fun. But I watch a lot more films than you do each year.
Yeah, you're probably gonna say something that I haven't seen.
I
But if you do say something that I have seen, I will be slightly annoyed. I'll be like, oh damn, that's a good film.
see, no, I've had a
But
think, and there's
first
been
one-
some great films. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3, mental that is in my top 3. I never thought Marvel would release another film that I would say is in my like top 5 or 3 of the year.
Is that top? Is that this year?
That was this year.
Guardians
Yeah.
of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah,
Was it really?
yeah.
Because that is a good film.
I really enjoyed that. I wouldn't
That's a
say it's my
good-
number 1, but it's up there. But I would
That's
have to
good. That's-
say, I think genuinely, maybe it's like rose tint because I've seen it so recently, but Godzilla -1 has been my favorite film of the year. Like genuinely, a
Called it,
film
lad.
about
I called it.
survivor's guilt and a giant Godzilla killing everyone. What's not to love?
I mean, I do need to see it.
Yeah.
I do really, really need to see it. I know I've seen a lot of people's like top films of the year list on YouTube, and there's quite a lot of people have said Godzilla. I'm like, well, I need to get off my ass.
Yeah, you know what?
And see it.
It's genuinely because I love kaiju films. Giant thing kills a lot of other things. It's my sort of film. The Meg 2 is probably in my top 5 this year. That's not a good film, but damn, did I enjoy watching a giant shark
I'll be
eat a
honest.
bunch of
The
people.
Meg 2 is awful. It's one of the worst films of the year.
How dare you?
100%. And I
Jason
know
Statham
you-
makes that film.
Yeah. You like it. It's got your favorite action actor in it. It's a ginormous shark, which is your favorite animal. It's a shark, kaiju, and Jason Statham fighting. It's like it's a win-win for Joel.
Wait, giant kaiju. Shark is not my favorite animal, but a giant kaiju of any, like giant monster of any section is definitely a winner for me.
Shark's not your favorite. Shark's not your favorite animal.
No,
I thought it was.
No.
You love the sharkies.
I love sharks, but I mean, I love like penguins, owls. Like I'm
was
a
about-
bird kind of guy. Fish.
I'm not gonna lie. I legit feared for a minute you was gonna say Snorlax. I was like, Joe, I hate to say it to you, man.
So Snorlax. Snorlax is my
thought he was
favorite
gonna say Snorlax.
animal.
I was like, Joe, I I don't want to break it to you, but it's not real.
What? Well, my dream was to snuggle with a Snorlax one day. That is still the goal that I aim to do.
So soon, the moment you enter genetic science is when we need to be worried.
Yeah,
That is the actual birth of Pokemon. It's Joel
I will create this.
wanting a Snorlax.
I just find a big bear man and just I'll form him. It'll be like, you know, eugenics. I will create the fatter and fatter hairless men to make the large Snorlax.
I'm not gonna lie. If someone didn't know what Snorlax was and that was your description, it sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was like
That is terrifying.
it's hair, but in specific places. You know, he has his little feet and his little arms. Is that not what you want?
I'm so glad you were in charge of the CG film of Detective Pikachu. Snorlax would have been so scary. Holy crap!
Jeez,
Every
I saw that
Pokemon would be
again-
nightmare fuel.
I saw that again recently. Every Pokemon is nightmare fueled in that, except for Pikachu. Have you seen how creepy they look? I forgot how
no.
creepy they looked.
No, what you gotta remember, some of the designs do not lend themselves nicely. I think Psyduck's alright. Pikachu's pretty good. I think both Arcanine and Flareon are okay.
I just remember the Mr. Mime and the Explouds. All of them
Yeah, but
were incredibly
but-
creepy.
Yeah, but Mr. Mime is creepy. What are you on about? He's nightmare fuel in itself. What about? It's nightmare fuel without being made into real life.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll lend yourself to that. He's a creepy looking boy.
Every single. Let's be honest. If Mr. Mime was a real creature in real life, he will be on every single paedophile list. Hands down, like once born, it becomes a paedophile list. Like it's a special list from every Mr. Mime. And they've got to
Yeah.
register each day because that's you just don't trust that
To
Pokemon.
register each day. It's more than an actual paedophile has to do.
Exactly. I mean, I don't trust those things. It's so creepy. Although the scene in the movie is pretty dang good and funny. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
so yeah, you can't. How are you meant to make a Mr. Mime and not make him creepy?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair. I'll give you that point.
I tell you what was weird and creepy was who's the one with the 4 arms with all the muscles?
Machamp.
Yeah, but that thing was terrifying. Like
Yeah.
how can something that human looking look that creepy?
Absolutely. That's what I was saying. They did the Pokemon in a weird art style, and I liked it. But damn, did they feel odd a lot of the time.
Yeah. I didn't like Gengar either. They did my boy Gengar pretty dirty.
Didn't you look kind of furry? I can't really remember. I think he like looked like fluffy, which he's meant to be like a
They got-
ghost.
Yeah, they got the smile down, but everything else about him was just like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm also disappointed I didn't see my big G, my big man, Poliwag. I mean, yeah, Poliwag. I didn't
Mr.
get to see the
Poliwag.
tadpole.
Yeah.
My favorite
that's a
Pokemon,
shame.
man.
Is actually.
Yeah, that whole line is my favorite.
Oh,
And
that's
then
actually
it's
a good
probably
line.
yeah, and it's probably Gengar.
Yeah.
Yeah, despite the fact that Ghosts are always my favorite, if there's a Ghastly available, I always tend to go for like get Gengar in the team in every single game. I don't know why.
Ghastly's a classic, and I think it's in most games. Like people love Gengar. Like it's just a
He is.
classic.
It's yeah,
Yeah.
but I do love the Ghost types. I just generally I think they have the best designs and the best concepts because they can.
Drifloon, bro. What a Pokemon. That's the best ghost Pokemon ever made.
Just take parents away. Just take the kids away.
Yeah.
You know for a fact that in the Pokemon world, like an older brother got fed up with their little kid, and he just went, "Here, hold this balloon," and just watch that baby sister get taken away.
Absolutely. I feel like
Well,
it was
the
more from
parents not watching.
experience here.
Yeah,
Like, I wish I could have given him that Drifloon. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, Drifloon's Pokedex entry is that if a child, it looks like a balloon, and if a child holds onto its string, which is its like leg, it literally floats off, and the child is never seen again. It's genuinely the entry in the Diamond and Pearl Pokemon.
yeah. If it worse, it could hypnotize them and take them away.
Yes, was it eats their dreams and hypnotizes them to keep dreaming?
That's Hypno. There's actually a Pokedex entry that he's been known to kidnap children. It's like that's not okay.
Yeah.
He's another one that will need to be on the list
Yeah.
every single time.
Is it Duskull is like the soul of a child trapped in a doll, and it's just like Pokemon has some crazy ghost entries.
Yeah, there's a lot of both the psychic and ghost Pokemon are all have some of them have some like severely like just batshit crazy entries. Like you read them and like, were you okay when you came up with the backstory for this Pokemon? Like, do you need a hug?
Yeah, madness. Actually, do you want to know something? I heard something the other day. The psychic type. We're going way into Pokemon here, but psychic type Pokemon, their only weaknesses are Bug, Ghost, and Dark, or that's their main weaknesses in the first 3 gens. And that's because most human fears are of the dark, of ghosts, and of bugs.
Yes, I do that.
That's insane.
I do. I must
Incredible.
admit, I do think like the weaknesses and stuff of all the Pokemon. It's clever how they all do it. I do like that.
I think it's so fun.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type? Out of interest.
Favorite
'Cause
type.
mine's Ghost. Mine's Ghost and Fire. Like Ghost and Fire.
Oh,
Like
so
when
Chandelure has to be your favorite Pokemon then.
Chandelier it's by far like when it comes to Ghost Pokemon, it's like Gengar. Then like Chandelier is like your top. Like the only Pokemon in Black and White that I actually like and care about is Chandelier. All the rest of them
I
like
love you keep
it's-
calling it Chandelier. His name's Chandelure. It looks like
probably.
a chandelier. Yeah.
Yeah. But that Pokemon, I love that design. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And I think, I also think Ghost Pokemon being things makes sense because you know you can possess shit. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Rotom is a sick
I
one.
like it. Yeah,
Yeah, what's my favourite type? I'm not sure. I mean, Snorlax is my favourite boy forever. I think grass types I gravitate to. I really love a grass type most of the time. And I usually always have one on my team, even if I don't have the starter. Flying
Really?
types. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to pick a type. Like I picked Snorlax. In the most recent game, my main was the Flamingo, which is just called like Flamingo. And it was a flamingo. It had nothing special about it. It was a flamingo. It was so good.
See, that's when you know Game Freak could give it up.
Yeah.
We need a flamingo Pokemon. What do we do? Just make it a flamingo and call it Flamingo?
It literally didn't evolve. It did nothing else. It was a fighting flying type, and it was a flamingo that kicked people. I loved it. Yes. I took it through the entire game. I loved that so much.
That became your mate.
It did. It was my main the entire game. I had legendaries, and I was still using this flamingo to kick people. It's like, and then I just nostalgia baited the rest of them. Got my Dunsparce. It was beautiful. But yeah.
Did you get like a 2-1 or the 3-1?
I got the 3-1. I went all out. Farmed the Dunsparces. Yeah, beautiful. Anyway, let's move on from Pokemon. Anything new about... Alright, actually, favourite controversy or conspiracy theory? Anything crazy that happened this year? Is there anything that stands out? Something fun that you remember that sticks with you?
Evolving conspiracies.
Conspiracies or controversies? Because I love, like, Sam Bankman-Fried controversy, the Sam Altman conspiracy.
I'll be honest. My favorite thing with conspiracies, I think I mentioned it before, is the ancient aliens.
Oh yeah. The History Channel.
History. Yeah, it's for people who don't know. It's basically they go like it's all conspiracy theories that you heard, like is Bigfoot real? Is who made the pyramids? And they're bringing like a proper scientist from Cambridge or like a proper like historian and archaeologist, and they ask like, what do you think? Can you explain this? And he explains it, the best he can.
Yeah, and aliens weren't real. The pyramids were built
aliens
by
not
people.
real. It was humans. These are the things that he would have used. And then
Yeah.
they turn to Dave, who's got a tinfoil hat, and his companion Fred, who's smoking crack cocaine off screen, or just off to the side of the thing. And he's like, "Yeah,
slightly
aliens."
still in shot.
He's slightly still in shore.
Yeah.
He's like, just gets killed. Like, oh shit! And it's like, yeah, aliens. And people just go, and then every single time the episode ends, they just make it very obvious they side with the conspiracy theorists. And I just hate it. And some of them, they do it literally, like the Egyptian one's brilliant because they literally brought the archaeologist there next to the guy. You can see the guy just standing there getting pissed off. They're going, this stuff makes more sense than having humans build the pyramids. It's like, no, what? No.
I love the idea of it. I think aliens exist. Aliens have never come to Earth, bro. Like, there would just be so much more evidence, or we'd be so much more advanced.
The probability is that aliens are real, whether or not they exist, whether or not they've never visited. I don't think. If they did, they just kind of went, "What's happening over there?" Pfft, what a bunch of idiots, and just fucked off.
Yeah, like if they had the ability to read our signals that we've sent out into the world. We sent a Tesla out into space, right? Again, that was since our last podcast. What lunacy are they thinking? Why are they chucking their cars out here? They were just throwing trash out there.
Yeah, I do really think if the aliens existed and they just heard this in, like, do they know that we just don't care?
Yeah.
How long do we have to ignore them? Just know that we just don't give a shit.
We're sending like David Bowie Spaceman into the sky like by transmissions, and they're like, please stop playing this trash.
That, or they kind of go like, David Bowie Starman, fantastic, but it gets released, and they get there and they play it, and they go like, is this the best? Is this what they call music? Is this the best they can do? This is trash.
This is the best we have to offer.
Yeah. And they get a Tesla, and they're like, what the fuck's this? They still use wheels.
Do you know
hover? No teleport. What is this?
It's great. Wait, actually, have you ever heard of the Great Wall theory? Well, or the Dead Wall. It's the Great Wall, the Dead Wall theory, I think, or the Final Wall. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But it's basically forms of life have to get over this brick wall, or through it to survive past X amount of life, and it is unlikely, or it's either we are incredibly special and we've got very, very far to this point, or we haven't hit the brick wall yet, which is probably like our climate change basically either we get off the planet before we destroy the planet. That is what the brick wall theory basically is. Can we sustain ourselves for many, many more years, get off the planet, or save our planet before destroying it? And have any other life forms done the same? So if any got to our advanced level, I reckon yes. And
they
then
probably
have
burnt the planet
how many
before they got out.
Huh?
They probably burnt the planet before they got off. I mean, we're definitely going to burn the planet before we get off.
That's the thing. So can we save the planet? Yes, possibly, if everything changed now. Or can we get off the planet and survive before ruining our planet? And then if we can do that, great, and we've survived the brick wall. And if we can't do that, then GG, game over. We've had our fun, human race extinct. And that's what most other aliens have done. And I think that is like a really fun theory, and I implore people to look into that more.
Yeah, that's not a conspiracy. That sounds like a legit scientific theory. That sounds very good and plausible.
Yeah, because it's quite a fun. Like I like.
I'll tell you something that I did do. I met a legit flat earther.
Oh,
like someone who.
Really?
Yeah, we're talking about it. I was going like, that, silly stuff, and he literally went to me, and I talked about flat earth. I was like, I just can't believe people believe it in America. And he was like, I believe it. I was like, yeah, and he just said it dead face, like, oh no, the earth's flat. There's no way it can be round. Just look at it.
Yeah.
Like, do you kind of like wait for him to like someone to chuckle or something like that? And you're like,
yeah. When's the punchline come in?
When's the funny bit? It's like, oh God, you actually believe the earth is oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh no.
And it's like I had to go like, so what, if the earth's flat, what's the moon? Because it's literally a sphere object that you see in the sky
but
all the time.
You don't necessarily see it as a sphere, though, do you? Like when I'm looking at the moon, it looks pretty flat to me.
And it's fucking shading, you dumbass. What are you on about? It's
yeah, but you could have a shading. You could there could be a curved object shading it.
It
could be. Let's throw out to the furthest possible to play devil's advocate. There could be the sun could be curved. And that is what is shading.
The sun is curved. It's a sphere.
Could be. Let's go. I'm saying let's go. Let's say the sun might be. It could shade the moon in a curved light, but the moon might be flat.
You could have just said the moon could be a bowl, and I would have believed you a lot more better than that.
Or that, yeah, that too.
That's more believable. That one.
Concave, concurved. But we've never seen the dark side of the moon. It's because it's the inside of the bowl. It's full of fruit. It's full of crackers, ready for that cheesy moon to be eaten.
And he just said it was a curved penny. It's a slightly dented penny.
A slightly dented penny? What does that even mean?
Yeah, like
how do you dent a penny?
But it's been punctured, so it's slightly like concave like that. So it's not quite a bowl, more like a plate in the sky. And all the craters are painted on. And I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
That's where you lose it. Like, what do you mean? How do you paint on a crater? Who went there and painted the craters on? We've seen that for 60 years before we went.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
We've seen them forever. We've had telescopes.
I didn't want to break it. I didn't want to dive in too much. I was just fascinated at him trying to explain it to me. It was just like, because I've never met anyone in the UK who believed it. Like, I know people in America do it.
Yeah.
And
yes.
That's fine. That's fine. That's kind of adorable. It's like, oh. I mean, it's like
maybe we do believe it over here. I haven't spoken to anyone personally. Like when you watch documentaries, they're more in America, but actually, I think the following could be big here.
I don't know. I don't know. But it's ever been up. Most people would, I think, because I was shocked and I started asking people. Most people don't believe it. He's definitely a rarity. But
I think that's the same in America. I don't think the majority of people are like, yeah, sick flat Earth, bro. Not over 50% of people in America.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'd rather them did believe it than shoot people. I'd rather look over to America and then just go like, the Earth's flat, man. The Earth's flat, and then just going, what are you doing? No, another school shooting.
Yeah, well, if we could red pill or blue pill them, and they have to pick, then that would be great. But unfortunately, we've got a little bit of both.
Damn, the real problem is when the flat earthers start shooting people in schools. Then my argument is a bit flawed.
Yeah, that's the next step to prove the Earth is flat. Kids have to die. It's the new flat Earth Sandy Hook.
But yeah, I was shocked that someone actually like met someone who legitimate. Because I've met a few people who believe the moon landing didn't exist, and I'm not gonna lie. As soon as they kind of said it, I've gone, oh, okay. So you're an idiot, and just kind of and kind of go, oh. Literally, like it doesn't matter if they're older than me or the same age or just 2 years younger. The moment I say, yeah, I don't believe the moon don't happen, I literally go, oh, you're a child, not dead there. Just give them a tap on the head and go, like, here's a Coke.
I've met people that say the same, and it is baffling to me because it's literally impossible. What would be the point? I think that's such a hard. That's one of the hardest conspiracies for me to ever believe, and I love a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, the thing I find funny is that all the people who would believe the conspiracy would be Russia, and they're the ones who are gonna go like, no, that you landed on the moon, you beat us there, good job.
Yeah,
and then everyone goes,
literally hundreds of millions of pounds of funding was taken from the Russian cosmonauts to NASA. Ooh. You know, for them to go, yeah, actually, you're right. They got there first. Pat the back.
GG, good job. Good game.
How would America trick them? Like, all they would be trying to do is disprove it this entire time.
Yeah.
For 60 years.
And there's no doubt. There's literally no doubt in their minds.
Yeah.
And everything as well. It's like every space program. Like China now got a space program.
Yeah.
If there's any doubt that America landed on the moon, the Chinese would find a way to disprove it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they go like, and they go, no, that America landed on the moon. We're just trying to be second.
India landed on the moon this year. Like,
yeah,
it's happened multiple times. But yeah, like still, we've stuck people on the moon. Like, this has happened.
Well, the first thing that the Indian rover did was take a picture of the car. We left parts of the car and stuff that we left behind. It's like, what?
It's clearly we've been there. Like that's a lunacy version of conspiracy.
Yeah, the best one I ever had is like someone saying, "Oh, what do you mean they didn't land on the moon? There's no gravity on the moon."
Wait, sorry, repeat that entire thing. What did you just say?
Is that so? I was talking to someone.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, they didn't land on the moon," and I was like, "I don't understand how you. What makes you think they didn't land on the moon?"
Mm.
And the answer was, and they looked dead in my face. I went, "Because there's no gravity on the moon."
There's so much wrong with that statement.
And my answer was tides.
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 Oh,
yeah, because the moon, the tide, there's ocean tide.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Not the washing up detergent in America.
Yeah.
The ocean.
Let's get some pods up in here. Kids haven't eaten enough of them yet.
God, that was a 3-year thing.
Again, is that since the last podcast? Did Tide Pods happen in
that was since the last podcast. That happened on our podcast. Like people just
what's happened? It's been a crazy 3 years.
It's been man.
Anyway,
I feel like a lot of crazy shit did happen. I just can't remember it.
And honestly, there has been, I feel like an insanity has happened since our last podcast. It was crazy. Like COVID times sort of all melded into one. Like again, I think we forget things that have happened throughout.
Yeah.
But
Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine.
That was a thing.
I was almost in Ukraine. I wanted
actually. There's a story, people.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Kiev and go to Chernobyl for my birthday because I've never seen it. I thought it'd be absolutely amazing. My birthday's in February. It's very snowy. The week before I went, I was like, I don't really know because I was just gonna book a last second flight, and all the boys had told me, oh no, let's not do anything. No one had really planned anything, but I had a surprise birthday. Basically, they were planning a surprise birthday for me, which is absolutely incredible of them. And they were like, oh yeah, don't go away on the weekend. Like, let's do something. Like, how about we'll see you on the Friday to put me off from the surprise birthday on the Saturday. A few boys coming around, and I was like, yeah, go on then. I won't book it because I had no one to go with. I thought, instead of a solo trip, it would be nice to hang out with people. But I was so close. Like, genuinely, the week before, I was about to book a flight to Ukraine, and the war hadn't really come up in my brain. But on my birthday, the war started and they invaded Ukraine. Russia invaded Ukraine on that day, or the day before, I believe. I think the war was declared the day of my birthday, which is insane. I could have had photos in Ukraine with AK-47s. I would have been part of the posse. It's crazy you guys didn't let me go. I actually hold that against you.
You definitely would have died.
Yeah,
You are not
dead in
you
2
are
seconds.
yeah. It's like I think it's one of those things like in a World War Three scenario. How long do you think you would survive? Like I'm not. I'm not surviving. I am a brave coward. I will run away, and then if I have to fight, I'll fight until I can run away safely, hopefully,
Hopefully. Actually,
and then shoot myself in the foot. But like, oh no, I can't go back.
oh no! I'll just do it with Muhammad Ali. Just get into boxing and then say you're a pacifist. I think that's the way forward. Become a world champion in
Yeah.
boxing. Say actually I don't like
Yeah.
hurting people, and then I
I'm
can't fight.
Yeah, but the Ukraine. I remember when it happened. It was like I had like a really bad damned feeling that Russia was going to do it, but it was just kind of like that thing that you kind of just say it.
Yeah,
You kind of say like, oh, I think they'll do something, but I think they might just roll into some tanks and Russia and Ukraine will fire some bullets and Ukraine will go, oh, sorry, we got a bit lost and confused and kind of back off, and the rest of the world will be like, oh, naughty Russia. I didn't nowhere
100%.
near do I expect like, oh, it's a full blown invasion. Nope, sorry, peace operation, full blown peace operation.
peace operation. Absolutely. Do you know what? Actually,
It's
on that,
ongoing.
we are notoriously horrible at predictions. We have said COVID won't be a big thing in the UK. We've said
Yeah.
the Ukrainian war basically won't happen, and we've been wrong. What is your
What do you want me
2024
to predict?
prediction? I want to say World War III won't start.
I don't think World War Three will start, but I do think the Middle East will implode into conflict.
The Middle East will implode in conflict. Oh, you're saying like
Hmm.
Israel and Palestine.
Israel, Palestine will that will escalate into other regions. Well, tensions will build up to cause other things. I can see that.
Okay,
I don't want it to.
you can see that. But the thing is, we're notoriously wrong. So I think,
Yeah, exactly.
I think it won't happen.
That's why I'm saying it. That's why I'm saying
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. I should say.
I-
I need to say World War III will happen.
it. Yeah, World War Three will happen.
Giant war. Yeah, I can't
Someone-
imagine.
Yeah, someone
Yes,
will assassinate somebody, and then for some reason we have to go to war.
Would you, if you got drafted? Yeah, like, where would you go? Let's say you get drafted. Like the military needs you, right? Are you you become a cook in a submarine? Like, what's the safest thing? Because I don't think any of us are frontline
Safest-
infantry,
The
are they?
safest thing would be a jet. The safest thing would be a pilot. 100%.
Jet?
You
Are
wouldn't-
you joking?
I think no. Because think about it. You're traveling at faster than a speeding bullet. So the only thing that can get you is a missile. You can.
What happens if they
you
aim in front of you?
can. Yeah, you got flares and stuff that distract you and everything else. A jet is still the fast thing because if you do get hit, odds are you could either eject or you just disintegrate. That it's either you either get a very very quick death or you float gently to the ground, or you live it and you live the war.
You float gently to the ground over Russia or over wherever we're warring with.
Yeah, and you become a prisoner. Well, UK, with Russia, you're gonna die anyway. But generally speaking, you float gently to the ground and you have to work your way back. But generally speaking, I think a jet. I wouldn't. Submarine's definitely an ill take. You don't want to be in a submarine.
Are you
Because
saying
anything happens, you're dead.
Are you saying Russia wouldn't honour the Geneva Convention and would kill a prisoner of war? What a horrible
Well-
claim of that.
Yes, that's exactly what.
How dare you?
Do you remember? And this was during the during the podcast when you first did it, when China said, "Oh yeah, do you know they do takes on people's things on social media. So if you say something bad about them, as soon as you land in their country, they just arrest you."
That was
Russia
our
now
last
have
episode.
that. Yeah, that was our last episode. Russia now
Yeah.
do that. So that's so much to Moscow.
I'm going to say I've said nothing ever bad about Russia and China, and I'm going to private the last episode. So, because I might be flying in there at some point.
You'll be alright. It's
Yeah.
me who said it.
Exactly. I think, no, I listened back to the podcast. It was both of us. Anyway.
Oh, fair. Yeah, but he's a dictator.
I'm going to put a face and say nothing. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to be wrapping up very soon on this one. It has actually been really fun to do this again. But favourite new song of 2023 or new artist?
Ooh, favorite new artist.
Or new song of the same artist, you know, classics. Or something you've been listening to more.
I something I've been listening to more. I'll be honest. I've been listening to a lot of instrumental jazz because I don't know what's happening. I've basically become 29, and all of a sudden I'm like, rock and roll's good, but jazz. I'm like, oh my god, it just happened. When did this happen? When did this sneak up on me?
It just happens.
It just it
That's
just
it.
happened. I was like, yo, jazz is pretty damn good.
Damn.
But I've been listening to a lot of instrumental jazz. A song that I've been listening to. I tell you what I did do towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I really started listening to because I only listen to albums. That's the thing. So I knew songs kind of a rare thing for me to do. But the albums that I kind of probably listened into was the Killers, the last two Killers albums, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, because they came out, funny enough, they matured. They're different. They're very different to, Mr. Brightside. So I
Yeah.
listened to the album when they first came out. I listened to. It, I was like, the single in it is good, but the album's kind of meh.
Yeah.
And then I gave it the proper listen, and I was like, I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. They're the best albums they've done generally.
Wow.
Really, like
Wow.
honestly, they're the best. I generally think the Pressure Machine, Imploding Mirage are just they're fantastic. I generally, I feel like it's one of those things as well. Like I'm such a big fan of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like such a nobbin going like, man, what? I thought these were like kind of trash.
Mm.
Like, oh, man, I know nothing. No, it's difficult.
That's it. I think
You tell
your
me.
take
I tell you
on
what.
your
You
music
tell me.
taste changes over time.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what. You tell me. You tell me yours while I do a quick look. 'Cause I did listen to some new stuff. I just can't remember what the hell I listened to.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a bit of a tough one. I've listened to so much this year. You know what? I've listened to a ton more Jay-Z. I've really got into Jay-Z this year.
Really?
Which is a bit of an old call, but big fan. I think so much of his stuff is so good and so much ahead of the time. Like it was just great. But a new artist actually, it's called 4Riff. I've been listening to him a lot, and actually I really like his music. It's literally like a 4 is like his name, and then RAF. Absolutely brilliant. I love a lot of his songs, and a lot of Joji. So I've been listening to him for a few years now, but actually he probably hasn't since the last podcast. Maybe he hadn't blown up as much. But Glimpse of Us and Slow Dancing in the
Yeah.
Dark, absolutely beautiful. All of that music,
So,
incredible.
so I did a quick look at my Spotify to remind myself.
Go for it.
So band wise, the Snuts, which they're a very small band, not the Strats, which Joel knows about. The Snuts.
The Snuts.
The song, yeah, the Snuts. They did a song called Rodeo, which it's a classic rock and roll song, but it's pretty damn good.
Okay.
It's good fight. It's really short. I think it's about 2 minutes.
Okay.
So, the other ones is Red Smoke by the Raytons is another song that I listen to a lot to. It's nothing new, but it's good. It's a good. I would say it's a real good punkish punk rock song.
Okay, you have to send me that.
I will do.
Cool.
For people wondering about the instrumental jazz, the main band I listen to is the Fearless Flyers.
Oh, they
There we
sound
go.
very jazz bandish.
Yes, they
They're
do
Fearless
sound
Flyers.
jazz.
Oh, aren't they cute?
Yeah, Wet Leg.
Well, they're classic. Did we see Wet Leg together?
Oh, no,
No?
we didn't see Wet Leg. That was in Reading. I saw Wet
Fun.
Leg.
I was going to say.
Lewis Dunford, which I think you should listen to, Joel, because he's a fantastic lyricist. Like his lyrics are amazing. He's not happy.
Really?
He's not a happy songwriter, but his music is.
Wait, I thought
his
the-
lyrics are brilliant.
I thought Wet Leg was a female-led writer. Is that not correct?
Wet Leg is. I'm talking about. Sorry, you got confused. Wet Leg is the two females in a band from the Isle of Wight. They're very good. Their album is very very good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised they do Glastonbury next year. I don't think they'll
Really? That
headline.
good?
I don't think they'll headline, but I do think they'll be on the main stage.
I feel like I've seen them at
as
like
well
some
on the
weird
Wall
band. Maybe I saw them with one of our other friends. But I think I've seen them as like a support act song.
Yeah.
Maybe I
But yeah,
confused
Lewis Dunford. I think
Lewis
his name
Dunford,
is.
yeah?
Lewis Dunford, yeah. He's got a song called Boss Man. Bollard of Benjamin,
Oh.
and Boys Do Cry. So
Is it
none of them are happy.
is it Louis Dunford?
Yeah, probably.
L-O-I
Dyslexic baby.
L-O-U-I-S. Yeah. I was gonna say when I just typed it in. Hello Depression, Ballad of Benjamin, Boss Man. Oh, I see the Boss Man. Perfect. That's my type of song though.
It's none of them are happy.
Okay.
Just just to make everyone clear. What's the other one?
That's fine. I love a bit of a depressive song. You know what? I actually think I prefer. I listen to Hey, actually, we are the best person to ever exist, and then I listen to depressive music, and that is sort of my like two genres. Like when I listen to rap, and they're like, "You are the king of the world, and no one else can beat you. You are number one." And then it's also actually life is hard. That's the two exclusive music sides I listen to.
I think that's everybody. I think that everyone's like, yo, king of the world, you know, I'm so good and everything else. Then there's stuff like, man, shit's just bad, you know.
It's the two moods I have, to be honest.
I'm not the king and I want to be that. Why not?
Yeah. Why aren't you the king? King of England is Sean.
Why I should be king of England.
Absolutely. Our ruler.
There goes my chances of working at Buckingham Palace again.
Our short king fan.
Woo. God,
Right.
that was a sad woo, wasn't it?
That was horrible. Yeah, it was horribly sad. But never mind. I think, and we cut it there. We end on the sad woo. Lad,
Sad woo for a sad song.
it has been an absolute pleasure recording with you again. I hope as everyone else has enjoyed our tiny little recap. It's been a fun hour, and yes, wish you all the best. Everyone else, I wish you all the best for 2024 for everybody. We may do these more often, maybe once a year, just for the bands. As I enjoyed this, and I hope you did as well, Sean.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think maybe not once every month.
That will be discussed,
It's
unlikely, maybe quarterly.
Yeah.
And,
For people who don't know, this is Joel's the busiest man alive. I have to book it. I have to book it now, basically, for next month.
That is correct. I actually am busy every single weekend up until March now. I have a plan every weekend. End of March. And up until April. Beginning of April, I am busy every weekend.
That's generally insane. You realise that no one should be that busy on a weekend. What do you do? How do you relax?
My relaxing is hanging out with people. This is, I have COVID and I still want to just do this podcast with you because I was like, yeah, that'll be bants. I've been busy all day.
Yeah, and the fact we definitely won't be able to do it any other time because it's booked in.
I see. We could do an after work, like a Friday. The thing is, December and November, I booked every day of the week evenings. It wasn't just the weekend. I booked into Friday, then Thursdays, then Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna when it comes to me DMing, I'm gonna hate your work schedule even more. Like, right, next week, guys, we need to do what's the closest everyone can do for a DM? And Joel goes, I'm busy for the next 4 months.
Yeah. I am aware it's slightly insane, but I love how busy I am and I enjoy that.
It's good. It's good. As long as you love it, it's all good. It's all good. But I would very much. I get to a point where I very much just want a bit of a break.
Yeah. I think it's nice. You fit you fit everybody else in. That's the thing. You make time for the people you need to make time for.
Oh, definitely.
It's just there.
I do think if I had less, because my work days are long.
Yeah.
If that wasn't the case, I'll probably be more on level with you. I do think.
No one is on level with me, Sean.
I said more. I didn't say on level. I said more on level.
Closer.
At this point, I'm very much I want at least one day of the weekend where I could get to have a lay-in and chill a little bit. And but yeah, 12 hours, 5 days a week, kind of puts that. Would do that to you.
Yeah, no, I don't envy your work schedule at all. Yours is a much longer, much harder days than ours. But you're still doing exactly what you did 3 years ago. I've shuffled around a lot, and now I don't quite have to work at as long hours.
Yeah, Yeah, you've literally changed so many jobs. You've done so many jobs, which I think
Yeah.
is good actually. I've basically just done. I've basically just done stonemasonry. I worked in a kitchen for a bit, but that's about it. So
But now you're a professional in your craft. You know, you're a number
I'm
one stonemason. It's very very amazing. I've loved my arc of work, but it has been stuff that I'm no longer interested in. And now that I'm back in travel, I'm very excited. And it's definitely something I love. It's nice to be back after COVID and the industry has picked back up.
yeah. That's because you get a lot of holidays.
I get so many holidays.
You get so many holidays, and some of them are disguised as work.
Yeah, yes. A few of the trips I do have to.
Uh,
Uh,
before you
Go on,
before you sign off, before you do sign off, I did want to ask you one thing.
go for it.
You've been to a lot of places this year, as you mentioned at the beginning of the podcast.
I have, yeah.
Best destination.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's a toughie. You know what? The things where I've travelled with friends and partners have obviously sort of take the cake. But if we're going by destination only, like the actual places, Turkey was absolutely incredible and blew me away. Like I was surprised by how nice Turkey was. So cheap. The place I stayed was absolutely incredible. Amazing views. Yeah. Oh, I went to Corfu this year as well. Actually, I totally forgot about that. That is gorgeous. Corfu, Turkey, Amsterdam. I've been there again. It's hard to decide. You know what? Turkey is a gut instinct of I would love to go back the quickest. I've been destinations I've been to with different people, but I would love to go back to Turkey.
In that case, I would probably say that's the best.
Yeah, I would love to
That's
explore
the-
that more.
If your reaction is like, I want to go back to Turkey, you like to go back to all of them, but Turkey is like the place that I would like to go back to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Surely
Yeah.
that left the best impression on you then.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, Turkey, Kalkan especially. If anyone hasn't gone there, do go there. Wow, it's a bit more local. The food is incredible. Drinks are incredible. Just gorgeous. Kalkan in Turkey is very underrated, I'd say.
There we go.
Perfect. Thank
Joel's
you. Great
Joel's
question.
travel tip. Joel's travel trip.
Absolutely, yeah. To go there, I would also suggest Slovenia, which I'm going to next year, as well as North Macedonia, which I cannot wait to do next year as well.
There we go.
There you go.
I recommend Japan because that's the only place I've been to.
Oh, I'll go there next year too. I'll write it in somewhere. Yeah. All right, Sean. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Have a fantastic New Year's Eve if I don't see you beforehand. And
I don't think I will.
I
You'll be
wish.
dying.
What was that?
You would. I don't think you will. You'll be in bed awake with.
Oh my god,
You
my
alright?
vid.
Am I gone? No, I'm back.
Yeah, no, you're fine. The vid is what I was saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else, I wish you all a fantastic 2024, and we may speak to you again before December next year. But otherwise, love you faces, and thank you so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye.